Hello, everybody. My name is Willem, and I am the co-founder at Midian, and I want to welcome you to this deep dive into all the features of the Midian Prime. Okay, let's get into our product demo. So here you can see the 4 pieces that come with the Midian Prime product. So we have the actual Midian Prime transmitter, the Midian receiver, a belt clip, and then a little USB-C cable. So let's start by looking at the Midian transmitter. So you can see up on the top here, we have our 4 buttons that actually send the MIDI signals. So each button will send 2 different signals, one for a short press and one for a long press. A long press means you have to hold the button for more than 1 second. Also note that it's on the up press where the note actually gets sent. The little nub here is just so you can actually find the different buttons if you're not actually looking. So if you reach down to your belt, you put your fingers on it, you can feel that this is the first one, so you know which button you're actually sending. And then if we flip it to the side, you can see we have our power switch. So go ahead and flip it on. And now you can see we have N1 that shows that we're in note mode 1. And then you can also see the battery indicator. So this is at about half battery life. The battery life is quite long, easily over 8 hours. So none of our customers have had to worry about battery running out yet. The N note mode, to talk about that more, that means that this transmitter is currently set up to send MIDI notes. So that's a MIDI on, MIDI off note. Different software applications want different types of MIDI signals. So some want notes, some want program change signals, some want control change messages. So to change modes, if we hold 2 consecutive buttons, here you see we go to C mode. So that's for the controller change messages. If we hold the middle 2, we switch to P mode, that's for the program change messages. And if we hold the outer 2, we can go back to note mode. And now the number indicates which of these set of 8 notes it'll actually send. So in N1, there's 8 different MIDI notes that it will send. And then in N2, there's 8 different notes that it will send. This is helpful if you want to use 2 transmitters plugged into the same computer, etc., so that you then get 16 different notes instead of having the 2 transmitters duplicate the 8. So if you hold down the 2 buttons again, you can see now we're going to N2. Come over here, we go to C, P2. If we hold this again, we go to P1. So that's just how you change the mode. And also the mode can only be changed when the transmitter is not connected to a receiver. So once we plug this in, you can't change the mode. And that's intentional because you don't want to accidentally change the mode while you're performing. So on the side here, we have a little LED, and it's normally white and flashing. That shows that it's trying to find a receiver, and it can't. It'll go orange when the battery gets low, or it'll go red when the battery is low. It'll go orange when it's charging, and then if you have it plugged in and it's fully charged, it'll go to green. To actually charge it, you plug it in with the USB-C port right here. So if we have the cable, just plug the cable in, and then I can plug it into my computer. And this is power only, so plug that in. You can see, as I said earlier, it goes to orange to show that it is charging. Another thing is the device can actually be used while charging. So if for some reason you were at really low battery and you just wanted to slip a battery bank in your pocket, you could do that and then just charge it on your belt and it'll still work as intended. So I'll turn that one off. Now we'll look at the Midian receiver. This one is a lot simpler. It has 1 button, also a little LED light, and the USB-C port. So the receiver is really just like an oversized mouse dongle. The reason it's so big is because it has a big antenna. It'll send about 300 feet line of sight is the range. So think a football field, more than most people would ever need. If we go ahead and plug this into the computer, and you can plug this to a phone, it works with tablets. Plug it in, and I have to say, yes, I want to allow the Midian Prime to connect. And then you can see how the LED is flashing. That's showing, like the transmitter was doing, that it's trying to find a transmitter it can connect to. So the button here is only used for pairing. And when you get a Midian Prime, everything's prepared, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you ever wanted to pair with somebody else's receiver, or you wanted to buy a second transmitter and pair both to the same receiver, you can do that. And that's what this button is for. So this is plugged in. And then if I take this one and turn it on, you can see right away the LEDs stop flashing and it connects. And now instead of where before we had the letters and the numbers showing what mode it's in, we have the 4 signal bars that will tell you how your signal strength is doing. And so now we're close, which means we're at 4 bars. But as you go farther away, it'll start decreasing. And as long as you have any bars, that means it is communicating. So if you're at 2 and it's always at 2, don't be too worried. It'll work. You're getting closer to the line where it'll stop working. So I will show you if you wanted to pair it with a different transmitter, the way you would do that is if you hold this, you see it starts flashing quickly. That means it's ready to pair to something new. Same for this one. You hold the outside 2 buttons and it'll go quicker to try and find something to pair to. So if I hold these outside 2 buttons, you can see that goes quick, and then this one goes quick. And if these had never been paired before, I would just let off and then they would become paired. But as I said earlier, they'll always come pre-paired. It's only if you want to pair to a new transmitter or pair with somebody else's. So also we have this clip here. So we have the flat back. So if you just wanted to command strip this somewhere convenient, you totally can do that. But most people want to use the clip. So for the clip, you just slide it in the top, and now you have this nice belt clip that you can attach to a guitar strap, to a belt, to just a pocket, whatever is most convenient for you. And then once that's on, you can just slide it right off. Looking at the back of the receiver is where you actually have the manual. So you scan this, it'll take you to the manual. All the stuff I've just said, that's where it goes. And please let us know if you have any questions, if you want to know if something works with your software, if you want to know how to use the software. We're going to be coming out with a lot more demo videos. We keep having customers reach out to us asking if they can use a software I've never heard of with the Midian Prime. And usually they can't. So far, we haven't found any case where they haven't been able to. Thank you for listening to this video. Hopefully, we were able to give you some helpful information. And if you have any questions, please go to our website, midian.live, and fill out our contact form.